right, my friends, welcome to episode 245 of Prof and Dev Play Games. My name is Larry, I am a professor, and I am at Prof Plays Games on Twitter. Over there is Anthony, the dev, at SummerSpeak on Twitter, and we want to apologize for the first week of the year. We did not have an episode because I was traveling, and we were both sick as shit, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, so, you seem to be sicker than I was. Mine, I'm pretty sure, was just, I ate something at lunch that did not agree with me, and it wiped me out for the rest of the day.
Oh, yeah. Mine was flu from traveling up to our old home.
No. I still feel like my stomach is a little sensitive over the past few days.
Yeah.
I don't know. Work in a new place, new neighborhood, trying new restaurants. Tried something. Body was not happy about that. So,
right.
We'll stay away from that place again.
Was it ramen?
No. Oh, hell no.
Okay. Well, this episode is our annual predictions episode. We're going to run through our predictions for 2019 and see how many we got right. Just as a reminder for you and me, if I win, you have to play Celeste. If you win, I have to play Pillars of Eternity Deadfire.
Okay.
And last year, I won, and you were supposed to play fucking Inside.
I've played Inside.
Yes!
It's so confusing.
Yes, we can talk about it. All right, finally, it's been a whole year.
It's so weird.
I have in my
notes even weird for me.
Really? I can't wait.
What the fuck is that in? It just
ended.
You
know they made a sex doll out of that?
You're joking, right?
I'm not. They made a special edition of the game, and it came with a legit sex, whatever the company is that makes the premium sex dolls. It made a sex doll of that thing.
No, I'm done. I'm out.
I have on my notes here that you.
This is the worst timeline.
February 2019.
This is the worst timeline. God damn it.
Yes, it's a terrible timeline. So we're going to go over our 2019 predictions. If he wins, I play Pillars of Eternity Deadfire. If I win, he plays Celeste. I am picking short games for you, at least.
And I did not pick a short game for you.
You fucking did not. So, why don't we get right into it? Last year, your first prediction was that there would be significant legislation on loot boxes.
There wasn't.
There was none.
Did the Hawaii thing ever pass?
It did not, as far as I know. You want to do a quick Google search?
No, I don't. That was the only one.
Yeah.
I think the industry pretty much self-adjusted more than anything.
After the Star Wars thing, for sure.
Yeah, after the Star Wars thing, and you can look, there's not a ton of loot box stuff anymore. That's pretty well changed in a lot of ways. Like any games that were using loot boxes, I know of, big ones have all moved away from using them.
It feels like if you have people just pay for the skins or whatever the microtransaction is, you're still making quite a bit of money.
Yeah, and you're not risking this legislation or pissing people off. So no, I did not get that. I'm happy Overwatch, I didn't get that one.
Overwatch still uses loot box, though, doesn't it?
Probably.
I should know. I play that more than you do.
Yeah. They do. I wonder if they... Yeah, I don't know what they've adjusted with Overwatch and how you can get cosmetics and skins and stuff.
I think they might have said, drop rates. They might have changed that.
Yeah.
Your second prediction, you said that Xbox Scarlet would be shown publicly in 2019. And you just barely made it.
I did. That was close.
A couple of weeks. So you get 1 point for Xbox Scarlet being shown publicly. They had a stupid name for it, but...
They did. Well, now they just want to call it Xbox, right?
Right, which I think is what we said before. Just call it Xbox. And they said that's what we're doing. This is just the Series X version of Xbox. Well, you guys didn't say that on the stage.
But what does the Series X part... What does that mean?
I think it's going to be the same thing as Xbox One X, Xbox One S. Like Xbox Series S will be the lower powered one. They're going to have two different powered versions.
I see.
Which the devs are going to just love that.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Number 3, you said PSVR 2.0 will be released.
I was wrong.
You were. Which makes me slightly happy because I've been able to enjoy PSVR 1.0 this year.
That one prediction might... I didn't know that I made that one last year. It might come up this year, too.
You might be better in line for that one this year. The next one, you said this is not going to be the year of streaming, and you said that means no meaningful traction in game streaming, which I'm happy to give you a point for.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Google Play, stuff like that.
Google Stadia.
Stadia. Yeah. I mean, it's out, but...
Right. But you said meaningful traction, and I don't feel like there's meaningful traction.
Google Stadia has not had much traction.
No. They fucked themselves a bit. It's weird. I played Stadia for the first time a couple days ago on my PC here at home, which I played last time, and it was fine. This time it was unplayable.
Really?
Unplayable. Could not. It was
I wonder what's up.
Frame. It was like down to like single-digit frames.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, I'm out. And then it gave me a little survey. Why did you shut this off?
Because it sucked.
Next one, number 5. You said in a Nintendo Direct, sometime during the year, there would be Metroid Prime 4 gameplay.
Oh, no, there wasn't.
Sorry, man.
I am. That's sad.
Number 6, you said that Nintendo would announce and show a Zelda mobile game.
Did they announce one?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, no.
Yeah, no. They didn't.
I've been tuned into all the directs this year, and I haven't heard that at all.
Yeah, never mind. No. Yeah, the last time there was even rumors was 2017.
Yeah.
So, no.
Maybe this next year. Number 7, you said that Persona 5 would be released on Switch in 2019.
No.
Unfortunately, no. Number 8, which is hilarious considering our last episode, you said Fire Emblem Three Houses will not release in 2019.
Okay.
No point there. You said FromSoft will announce 2 games and you'll get half a point for each one. They are going to announce Bloodborne 2.
Nope.
And they're going to announce a joint game with George R. R. Martin. I don't know how you knew that. I'm just kidding. You did not say that. You said Armored Core.
Nope. They announced neither. Have they?
Neither one. No, they did. They just announced Elden Ring. That was it.
Yeah.
And then the last one here is that The Last of Us Part 2 will release in 2019.
I wish. We were close. Very close. And then it got delayed.
That was their fall game. Yep. Naughty Dog
it sounds like it was their fall game, too. It had been.
It was, yeah.
And they had to delay it.
Yeah. They didn't want to crunch, etc.
Yeah.
They didn't want those stories coming out.
Yeah.
So, out of 10 predictions, you got 2 points.
Okay.
So, I went back and listened. I wrote all your predictions down. I did not write mine down. I had to go back to the episode and listen. And last year I said, I'm going to write these down so I don't have to go back and listen to the episode, which was fucking hilarious because I was listening to it. Turns out I made 9 predictions instead of 10. So I'm at a disadvantage. So we'll see how this goes. My first prediction was that PS5 and Xbox would be revealed publicly, and I'd get half a point for each. And we haven't seen the box for PS5, but we got a lot of the specs, so
I don't know.
Count that or not?
I wouldn't count it.
Okay.
Because we still haven't actually... They've still not revealed it actually publicly.
Right.
They've talked about things, but you can't point to a PS5.
Right. It's true. Although you can point to a logo now, which
that's
is
true.
Not a surprise.
No, not at all.
Okay. So I get half a point for that because the Xbox reveal. Number 2, Smash character would be a pre-order bonus for some game. For example, Fire Emblem Three Houses. If you pre-ordered the game, you'd get a Fire Emblem character, and that did not happen. So I'm currently at 0.5. This next one we're going to have a discussion about, I think. I said that Google Stadia would have a large public beta. They had when we were talking last year, they did the Assassin's Creed Odyssey that you could play on Chrome, the small little alpha or whatever. And I said they'd have a large public beta. I think that the founders that counts as a fucking large public beta.
I'll give it to you because it's just sad because it's true.
It's not exactly what I meant, but it's ended up being what it is. Okay, next, I fucking almost got this one, man. I said Xbox would release a console with no disk drive.
Yeah, came close.
And they did release one with no disk drive. I wish I'd have shut up at that point, because then I said that we'll have a focus only on streaming.
I see, yeah.
Which was not right. And you tried talking me out of it. I was like, nope, focus on streaming. All right, number 5. I said Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey sequels will be announced.
Nope. Oh, no. Breath of the Wild sequel was announced.
Yeah.
That was this year, right?
That was at E3.
Yeah, this is the problem. I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah, I get half a point for that.
Yep.
So we are currently tied at 2 apiece. Unless you want to give me 0.5 for the Google beta, which I'm fine with as well.
0.5?
Yeah, half a point for the Google beta since I...
No, I still consider Founders a beta. I mean, do they consider it a beta? What do they consider it?
No, I don't think they do. That's why I think in all practical purposes it's a fucking beta, but I don't think they're calling it a beta.
I don't know. I'd still give it to you.
Okay. Next one, number 6. Banjo-Kazooie will be in the first season of Smash DLC. Ba-ba-ba-bang! 1 point. Finally. That was 2 years in a row I predicted.
Yeah.
Number 7. Persona 5 on Switch. Nope.
No.
Number 8. Super Nintendo games will be released on Switch Online.
Got it.
Ba-boom. And number 9. GameStop will be acquired or go out of business.
It did not. Came close, I think.
It did. So, out of 9 predictions, I got 4 points.
I'm playing Celeste.
Man, you're playing Celeste.
How much do I have to play?
Huh?
How much do I have to play?
So, you can play normal, like I did, which is no assists, or you can just put all the assists on. I don't care.
Okay.
I think, honestly, play it normal at first, and when you're like, fuck this, then switch the assists, because it's a game worth enjoying even if you play the assists.
Okay.
The story's good. The story is really good. The platforming is just par excellence, but
okay.
That's not your bailiwick.
No, not really.
Bailiwick. So that's 2019. Gotta stretch out, crack my knuckles a little bit. 2 years in a row.
Yep.
We'll see what happens next year, because we have 5 predictions for next year for both of us, and I am absolutely going to write yours down this time, so I'm not going to listen to the episode again. And Larry, if you're listening to this episode at the beginning of 2021, you are a goddamn idiot.
You've lost this paper.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm gonna tuck it away in this drawer. I'm going to put a little note on the bottom that says, hi. Okay. All right, so 5 predictions for 2020 gaming scene. Why don't you go first?
All right. We can do this. I'm going to do this. One or both of these next-gen consoles is going to be priced above $400.
Okay, one or both. Are you saying one or both, or are you going to choose one of those?
No, it's, say, a half point each.
Oh, got it. Okay, so if it's one, half point. If it's both, full point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have, seeing the rumored specs of the Xbox, I have a hard time seeing it's gonna be at $400. And then Sony being on top, I have a hard time believing that they're just gonna be like, we'll let it slide. I see arrogance can slip in.
Mm-hmm. Do you see them doing $449 or $500?
Yeah, I see $449, maybe, as a possibility. I'm not gonna give a specific number, but there's part of me that's like, oh god, they're gonna increase their prices.
Yeah. I could see that, considering the price of the consoles last generation were $400, and we've, inflation-wise, have gone a bit further down.
But consoles have been $400 for a very long time, even with inflation. Like, that's a standard price for launching. Yeah. And there's a lot of history that shows if you launch over $400, you do bad.
PS3.
And Xbox One, when it originally... I mean, honestly, it never recovered from its launch.
No, it didn't. What a stumble.
Yeah, PS3... totally did. I mean, it's been consistent, and then earlier you had, like, during the Super Nintendo, Sega times, you had, like, Neo Geo systems where 600, 700.
God.
Like, ridiculous. There's now a significant amount of data that shows it's like, wow, consumers don't want to spend more than $400 most of the time on a console. So
I feel like that points to them being at $400 then.
It does, but every time someone tries to go higher. Because of course they do, because they want to make more money. Well, because they're taking a loss on all this hardware anyway.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you see the specs of the Xbox coming out, and you're just like, guys, you're gonna take such a loss at $400, like incredible loss, because the specs are incredibly powerful. But it terrifies me how much they're gonna charge for that.
I know the sticker shock is gonna be.
And that's the thing, maybe they won't. They'll just be like, fine, we're absorbing it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh god.
I can see Sony for sure doing higher. I feel like Xbox would just not repeat that same fucking mistake.
They would try, but they are so want to be the most powerful console on the market.
Yeah, right.
And they're going to do it. They are 100% going to push the most powerful console out there.
Right.
Headline. don't know at what cost for them or us.
Right.
So yes, that's my prediction.
All right. My first prediction here is that Nintendo and Microsoft will have some sort of partnership around the launch of the Xbox 2020, whatever the hell it's called, Series X or whatever. I'm thinking that might be Game Pass on Switch or some sort of more Microsoft games. It's more than just publishing Microsoft games on Switch, because that's already happening. Some sort of... I think it's going to be centered around Game Pass. Like, you can play the Game Pass library on Switch by streaming it. The xCloud thing or something like that. Because I feel like Microsoft maybe hasn't given up on Japan, and Nintendo wants some of those bigger games on their console. There's going to be some sort of like major partnership between Nintendo and Microsoft in 2020.
Could happen.
Most likely won't, but it could.
I did not put this prediction on here, but one thought I was considering if Sony would see about putting releasing a streaming app for the Switch.
Oh man, fuck that!
Because they have, all the PC streaming and stuff already, and they have it on phones. Like, you can get it on Android phones and iPhones and everything. I'm like, I wonder if they could finagle to get that on a Switch.
I feel like Nintendo would be like, then you'd be playing their games and not our games, which is the same thing with Microsoft. So I'm not.
And I know that's the thing, but they're selling Switch hardware, and Nintendo makes money on the hardware.
That's true.
So it's a give and take. And I think the same thing with the Microsoft thing. So
yeah, absolutely.
I did not put that prediction down though. That was just one that I had thought of along the way. But no, I think it's totally possible.
Likely, no. Possible, yes.
Possible.
You're saying there's a chance.
Yes. So my next one. This is one I hope is not true.
Oh shit. Okay.
Actually, there's a few on my list that I'm like, man, these two, the first one and then this one, Cyberpunk will be delayed until later in the year.
Oh. So right now it's in April, right?
Yep.
Okay. Delayed. Any idea when?
Fall.
Okay.
End of summer, fall.
Okay. So I'll just put later in the year.
Yeah.
That makes sense. More polished, etc. As long as they hit 2020.
The only reason I think this, and it was in my head, is there's just been so quiet.
Yeah. I will warn you. Last year you said that Fire Emblem Three Houses will be delayed outside of 2019 because it had been so quiet.
That's true. Maybe.
And then they came out anyways.
I mean, it could, but this is mostly looking at CD Projekt's track record.
Yeah. No, I would just...
Where I'm like, I don't think... If it's not shaping up right to them, they will delay it. Yeah. 100%. They have no financial reason, as far as I can tell, to force that game out before they are confident that it is ready and are happy with it.
They're making fucking money hand over fist on The Witcher 3 still. So.
I know. That's the thing. I'm like, they don't... They are under... Their company is fine no matter what, delay or not. So, part of me is like... And it's all them. They don't have to answer to anybody else on this. So, there's been stuff about, like, people haven't got hands-on with it. Like, there's some person that sounded like a game... I don't know, streamer, media, journalist person that may have had hands-on time with it, but then he came out and said, like, no, I've seen people play it, but I've never played it. And so there's just been a couple things that make me go, maybe and it's a big game. It's huge.
Yeah.
So it just raises a lot of red flags on it could be delayed a few months later, like out of its April to like September, to get that extra polish.
Right.
But, this is actually one that I would like to be wrong on. Hopefully it is. But
yeah, because your April is set.
You got it is. Oh my
PTO
god,
or whatever.
So
I'm
good.
just playing this game.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2 is just the fucking. I did not have it on my list last year, surprisingly, but it's back, baby. Mass Effect trilogy. But I'm not gonna do a remaster. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a remake.
Oh.
We're gonna do a Mass Effect trilogy remake, and the only reason I say remake is because they've got to square the differences in gameplay between 1 and 2 and 3 in some way. So,
I mean, what if it's just a semi-remake of 1?
Yeah, that's That'll do it for me. Yeah.
Okay.
To bring one up to like the quote unquote modern
quality of the standards of 2 and 3.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we'll get a Mass Effect trilogy where at least Mass Effect 1 is remade in some way to bring it back up to quality of 2 and 3, which would be super, super cool.
Oh, just give it to me, please. And on Switch.
I was going to say, make it playable on Switch.
I mean, wasn't Mass Effect 3 was playable on
Wii U?
Yeah.
Yep, I owned it. I was at a Toys R Us before I really knew what Mass Effect was, and it was like a $5 game. I was like, oh, check it out.
Jeez.
I loaded it up. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and played it in my 10 minutes like I usually do, and didn't come back to it until 2016 election.
Yep.
Tolly. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to see, please God, EA, you want money.
Yeah, they do.
Just do it this time.
Hopefully. My next one is the next Horizon game will be a PS5 launch game.
Ah, nice. Horizon Zero Dawn, the Dawnier.
The Dawnier. Zero Dawnier.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, the thing, I don't know if... This is part of me, I'm like... that's why I say the next game.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't know if they'll consider it a complete sequel.
Oh, interesting. Mm-hmm.
There's a possibility, like, it is the next game, but it won't be Horizon 2 or anything. They'll... Because it has been a number of years, but not a ton, so...
Yeah, it came out in 2017, right after Breath of the Wild.
Was Breath of the Wild 2017? I guess it's 2020. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like it's still something they're going to shoot for. As long as they weren't working too hard on Death Stranding.
Yeah, I hope they weren't doing too much on the engine for...
Well, but I mean, all the engine stuff would probably also be rolled into, the next game they're working on. So
yeah, right.
So yeah, that's my hope. I really want it as a launch title, honestly. So
I think that will sell some systems.
It would is the thing.
Yeah. Okay, number 3. This is a weird one. U.S. presidential candidate will get an endorsement from a major Twitch streamer in a joint appearance on their Twitch channel.
Oh.
So it's not going to be Ninja. I don't think it's going to be Ninja. But for example, Ninja comes out and endorses Bernie Sanders and Bernie Sanders is there on a Twitch stream with him either live or via, the interwebs. I think it would be smart for politicians to tap into that market.
Yeah, didn't AOC do something like that?
She did. She did streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, so but she streamed, but she joined a streamer.
She did.
And she was like talking to them, basically.
Yeah, it was for a fundraiser. They're raising for something, and they got her on there. So something like basically that thing, except for
the presidential.
Yeah, it's a presidential candidate and it's for endorsement. And I'm not saying like Democrat or Republican only. It could be fucking I don't know anyone who's running for president.
Okay,
but I'm hoping. I mean, it just seems likely that it would be Trump, but I'm hoping it's someone else. So there you go. That's my number 3.
Okay. My number 4 is a new Nintendo Switch will be launched in the second half of the year.
Oh shit! Another.
And I had actually called it the new Nintendo Switch.
Oh my god!
I don't think it will be called that, but that's what I wrote it as.
That would be hilarious if it was, because it would be so
new
on
Nintendo
brand.
Switch XL.
Launched July through December. You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Better specs. Yeah, slightly better specs. More
battery now that has the battery.
Better battery.
The battery now is already an improvement.
Yeah.
But
and we have the light, but I'm thinking that effectively this is the
Switch Pro.
Yeah, I just don't know if they'll call it Pro or what they'll call it.
Yeah.
Some stupid name, like new Nintendo Switch.
I hope it's that.
But I do think probably in the second half of the year when the next gens are rolling out, they'll roll out something else.
Maybe it'll be tied with a Microsoft partnership.
Could be.
Like, bundle them together.
There you go. Your massive $800 bundle of gaming.
Yeah, exactly. That's not going to sell.
Yeah.
My number 4 is pretty straightforward. PSX returns this year. And
I think that's pretty confident that there'll probably be a PSX.
Yeah, and I think this is not part of my prediction, but I think this is going to be basically to reveal the PS5 or just after they reveal it, come play it or come check it out or whatever.
Yeah, because I think the actual console reveal will be soon.
Yeah, it should be first quarter, right?
Yeah, I expect it in the next couple months. They'll actually just show it off, but I do think there'll be a PSX. I think you're right on, that they'll do a PSX later in the year, before it actually comes out in stores.
Yep.
For people to have hands-on with all the launch titles. And
I think it'll also be a way to showcase some games coming to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's for sure. I would be very excited to go back, so I hope that they do. All right, last one, number 5.
Last one, which is the one I had from last year, clearly. Sony will release a new PSVR. And this is more to coincide with new PSR headsets coming out, and the fact that they're going to be launching the PS5.
Right.
Because I could see a launch PS5 bundle, like a new PSVR headset bundle with a console, like, to kind of match kind of what a, like, Valve Index,
right.
Like I would call second gen VR in a lot of ways, these much higher quality headsets. So, still keep it on the list. This year's the year. I feel it.
That's like the Mass Effect thing. Like, okay, This is the third time I've said Mass Effect.
It's gotta happen, right?
If I keep saying it often enough, it's gonna happen at some point. I'm gonna sound like a genius. Oh, man. So yeah, we'll see.
You still have one more.
God damn it. I did this last year, man.
Yes, you have one more. I've only written down 4 for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I did it again. God damn it. No. Jesus Christ. I can't count. Number 5. Google reinvents Stadia in the image of Game Pass. In that it's a streaming service, you pay a set subscription fee, and you have access to all, a certain tier of games or whatever. As opposed to, like, it's a console, buy the games.
Yeah.
Thing, which is not.
They got to do something.
Yeah,
because I just don't think. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it hit, and then I don't hear anyone talking about it anymore. They're like, "Yeah, I played it. It worked. Cool."
Right.
Crickets. No one wants. But I don't want to buy my games again.
Right. Like I'm happy to buy a game that I haven't played. Like I bought Metro Exodus because it was $20. Like, okay, it's a game I don't have, so I can have this game on Stadia. Great. And then Destiny, and that's kind of it. So
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what if these come true.
Yeah. Hopefully, at least one of them will come
true. Yeah, I think
some
of them will.
So we have to tell the person what they are going to be playing.
Oh, right. You got to play something, right? Yes, actually. It doesn't matter if you've ever played it before, because this is one of those. I had the single player games you asked about, but I'm gonna give you one.
Oh, okay.
That I'm like, I'm sure you've played before. I want you to goddamn finish it. Come on.
Oh god, is it Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, but it could be. That's another one that could be. It was on that list of things where I'm like, just finish the game. Come on.
Right.
I want to talk, but yeah, no. If I win, I want you to play and finish BioShock Infinite.
Ah, nice. Okay.
It's not a long game. It's like 13 hours.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question before I tell you the game that I have in mind. How are you on puzzle games?
Depends.
Fan, not a fan? Fucking hate them?
It depends. I mean, a lot of puzzle games I don't finish. Because they'll get to a point where I'm like, I'm too tired. I don't want to think about this anymore.
Yeah.
I like them long enough, as long as they're clever enough. I know what I think you're going to say.
I'm not going to say Baba Is You.
Okay. Because I don't think I'd finish Baba Is You.
Yeah, no. I don't think I'm going to finish Baba Is You either, even though it's fucking amazing.
I'd be fine with it, then.
It's The Witness.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I'll finish The Witness or not, because I've heard that it's insanely huge when it comes to its puzzles, but...
Right. I think I'd like you to play it until you're like, yep, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my game for you. So,
okay.
Witness for you, BioShock Infinite for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this in my drawer on the bottom, underneath of a canister of WD-40. And hopefully it'll be there next year. And my headphones just came on mic, so I can't hear what you're saying. There we go.
Oh, yeah, you're back.
This is a fucking duct tape job operation here, folks. Next thing that I want to discuss with everybody, our friend and Patreon supporter Brad listened to our episode of our best games of the decade and basically said, "What the fuck, guys? Let me just obliterate what you did by giving you a spreadsheet with so much information. He did such a good job of really parsing so much data. And he came up with a list of his top 30 games of the decade, the 2010s. And then he had some honorable mentions as well. And I want to read through the list eventually. I'm not sure when I want to do that. But overall, like a lot of these games hit for me. But number 5 on his list of all time surprises me.
4 and 5 surprised me.
Oh, 4 doesn't surprise me.
Oh, wait, Samus Returns. Which one was that? That
was remake.
Oh, that was the remake. Sorry,
yeah,
not the. Right now, I can see that one fitting.
Surprised that one's on number 1. Let me give his top 10, and then we'll talk about them. His number 10 for the decade was God of War, PS4, 2018. Horizon Zero Dawn was number 9. Marvel's Spider-Man was number 8. Number 7 was Doom. Number 6 was StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty specifically. Number 5 was Batman Arkham Knight. Number 4, Metroid Samus Returns, which was the 2017 3DS remake. Number 3 was Batman Arkham City. Number 2 was Halo Reach from the Xbox 360. And number 1 was Mass Effect 2 from the Xbox 360.
So someone really likes Batman.
Yeah. So then I finished Arkham Knight. I finished Asylum. I didn't finish City, and I think City's the better game of all 3, perhaps. But Arkham Knight is surprising to me simply because some of the gameplay is just abysmal with the tank.
Yeah. Like I said, I played Asylum through. I loved Asylum. I didn't really like City.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it being bigger in scope and more. Like, I liked the smaller, tighter story.
Mm-hmm.
That felt more Batman to me than anything. And then I didn't play Arkham Knight. I was just like, again, it was big. They wanted to do big city, and I was like, I don't want that story. That's not the Batman that I want. I like the small prowling around like one location, feeling. And then of course they had the tank stuff that everyone hated, and
that's the piece. Like if that wasn't in there, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is an easy top 10 for me because I thought the story with the rest of the gameplay is great. The story is great. Really good. I really like the comic book story in it. And obviously the mechanics of the fights and whatever is great. It's just the Batmobile stuff just drags it to shit for me. But if you can see past that part, then the rest of the game, or maybe he enjoyed it, but I feel like I know his gameplay preferences enough to like that monotonous kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not so great, but he also is the type of person who gets all the Riddler trophies, like all 900 of them. And he did that in Arkham Knight and teased me mercilessly for me not doing it. Because I beat the game. I was like, I beat the game. He's like, oh, you got the Riddler trophies and killed the Riddler? I was like, fuck no. I didn't do that. He's like, well, then you didn't beat the game. I was like, well, I saw it on YouTube. I saw the real ending, which is another 12 seconds of whatever cutscene.
Yeah.
But the rest of his list, I think, is fucking solid. I'm surprised StarCraft 2 is not higher for him, to be honest. And then moving on the list, 11 through 19, he's got Darksiders, Jedi Fallen Order, Metal Gear Solid 5, Devil May Cry 5, Mass Effect 3, XCOM 2, Witcher 3, Shovel Knight, Grand Theft Auto 5, and then Hollow Knight. Some really good games
in there.
Moving down the list, 21 to 30, he's got Minecraft, Skyrim, FTL, Transformers Fall of Cybertron, Transformers War for Cybertron, and then AC Odyssey, AC Black Flag, AC Origins. I like to see Odyssey on top there. My favorite of those 3 as well. Hearthstone, which is good call. I forgot about that being a game of the decade since I played so much. And then rounds out the list with the only 2019... Nope, sorry, there were a couple of ones. Never mind. Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Finishes with Beat Saber.
Oh, that's worth it.
That game's rad. Solid list, honestly.
It is a solid list.
It's hard to... I haven't played any of the Transformer games, but the rest of them I've dabbled in almost all of the rest of them.
I definitely played War and Fall of Cybertron. I guess they just haven't stuck with me over the years.
Yeah.
They were fun. You're like, holy shit, this is a Transformers game that's actually good. Holy crap. But yeah, they didn't stick with me. I kind of forgot FTL was this time. FTL would have been pretty high on my list. Not in top 5, but it's definitely would have been in my honorables.
Speaking of honorables, Brad here's his honorables. StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm, StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void, Halo Master Chief Collection, Devil May Cry HD Collection, Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds. AC Black Flag.
He had it on it. Is
also an honorable mention.
Yeah.
He just liked it so much. He's on both. Diablo 3, Metal Gear Solid Collection, Rocket League, and The Messenger.
Good games.
Yeah, all good games, man. These are all solid games. I gotta say, good taste, Brad. I'm interested to hear about the tank. Like your his thoughts on the fucking tank combat in that game.
What the fuck was that? Oh, that's why. I was like, we're looking at the Halo stuff. I'm like, ODST was just like 6 months out. It was 2009.
2009, right? I was thinking the same thing. Like, oh, why aren't there other Halo games on? Oh, it's because
yeah,
Halo 5's not on here, and the rest came out before 2010.
Yeah, cool. It's true. No,
well, that's a good list, man.
But Brad, why didn't you do OpenCritic as well? I mean, you have your Metacritic scores and the number of critics. Where's my stats on OpenCritic?
We're gonna get that
and
next
breakdown.
Week.
I know.
We're gonna get that spreadsheet. The amount of data here is insane. It's really good. I'm surprised with some of these. He has like the number of critics who reviewed things. So number 14, sorry. Devil May Cry 5, which came out this year, only had 21 critics review it.
That's crazy.
Surprising to me. Mass Effect 3 only had 23? Like, what? When Mass Effect 2 had 98? How the fuck did only 23, like a quarter of the critics review it?
I don't know. I mean, that's probably what Metacritic actually, like...
accepted.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it depends. I see. Uh-oh, Brad. Because where did he say Mass Effect 3? It's PC. It's 23 PC reviews.
Oh, yeah. Well, he said it. He was specifically keying it to the PC because that's where he played it originally.
Yeah. Because if you add in, like...
that's why Xbox 360 had 100 critics for Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, and Mass Effect 3 for the 360 had 74.
Right. I can hear Brad clapping somewhere saying, "Thanks, Anthony, you figured it out."
Yeah, that whenever you get those crazy things like that, you always wonder if you can consider all the PS4 or that would have been the PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Like, sure, they all have their own slight platform differences, but I wonder how different each of the reviews actually are.
Right.
Because really, a lot of people were reviewing that game for its story and content, and I don't think any system was straight up broken or had problems. So, I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense though. 140. XCOM 2 had 104 reviews on PC. That's insane.
That is a lot. That's a high. No, actually, no. God of War had the most. 118.
Yeah.
Also not surprising.
No. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Good list.
Yep. Excellent list. Thanks, Brad, for sending that over. Last thing before we get out of here, what have you been playing?
Not a lot, because I was watching Games Done Quick this entire week. They broke their record again. They made like 3.4 million.
Dang.
Again, another fantastic week of awesome speedruns. And
what were some of your favorites?
God, what did I see that was really... The last night they did a Sekiro speedrun.
Oh, shit.
Any of the From stuff that's when they speedrun it, it's just insane.
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
You're just seeing mastery of the system, and you're just like, what the hell? How can any normal person play the game this fast and this perfect? So that was one of those just, like, super impressive ones. What did I watch earlier in the week that I really enjoyed?
You said you and your wife were watching the Link's Awakening?
Yeah, Link's Awakening was last night. And that was cool. There's a bunch, the whole family we were watching, and it was a good streamer, a good couch, so it was really entertaining, and you could watch the remake, Link's Awakening remake, and just crazy things that they were doing to, like, skip levels and get to the boss rooms. Like, it was a glitch run, so they could go crazy.
Oh, nice.
What was the schedule that I really watched? We watched Untitled Goose Game. Got speed ran. That was fun.
Awesome.
Did I watch? I was working a lot, so I didn't get to watch nearly as much.
Right.
So I'm trying to think if there was ones that I couldn't watch the Final Fantasy VIII that was all night. It started at like 10:30 at night and went to like 6 in the morning.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it sounds like it was pretty cool. I did watch some of the Doom. There was a Doom 2016 100% Nightmare run. And it was incredible. the amount of precision, knowing where the enemies are spawning, so just launching a rocket, looking another way, and just knowing, like, just crazy patterns that were going around. Yeah. It was amazing. Highly recommend, if that comes out on video, to watch that. Super, super impressive. What else did we watch? There was a Zelda randomizer. Have you heard of those?
Oh, yeah.
So there's a Link to the Past randomizer, and they did this was a crazy new thing that they did. So it was the randomizer, but they had hooked it up to Twitch commands. So the audience could spend bits to buy coins and spend to mess with the guy's run.
Oh, wow.
So they had 3.5 hours of this guy just, like, running, trying to beat the randomizer, while they were, like, you could give him bombs, take away bombs, give bottles, take bottles, give fairies, take fairies, make his character look all different, like a pug, or different characters, give him ice physics for 60 seconds, invert his controls up, down, or left, right inversion for 60 seconds, and you could just turn it on. Like, people could just buy it and just make it happen.
Did he end up beating the game?
I wasn't able to watch the end of it.
Okay.
I don't know, but it was hilarious. They could turn on, for 40 seconds, any hit will kill you.
Oh, Jesus.
They could send cuckoos to attack. It was crazy. It was hilarious to watch. And that was one of the ones where the couch and the guy running were just having a good time. Like, because how can you not? You're like, this is absurd. Truly absurd that I'm doing this. But it was a cool thing. They I don't know if you've used Twitch enough to see bits, but
Oh, yeah.
people had bought almost 3 million bits for the channel while that got ran. So it's like $30,000.
That's crazy. No wonder they're starting to tap into more revenue streams, perhaps, to get them.
Yeah, they're definitely testing it out, and I'm like, that was a really cool one, and everyone seemed to really like that. The Cadence of Hyrule race was crazy. If you want to watch impressive, technical...
Was it basically the one playing Link, one playing Zelda? And they're racing each other, or how?
No. There was two. They were both playing on their own games.
Oh, cool.
And it's just who could beat the game do story mode fastest. Yeah. And they did. It was, it took them 23 minutes to beat the whole... Yeah.
Dang.
I don't know. It was just crazy to watch. I didn't get to see the Fire Emblem 3 houses. It was to the house bid war. I don't know what that was. It says 19 minutes.
19 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know.
To beat the game?
It's to the house bid war. I don't know what that means.
Were AGDQ people bidding to see what house they would pick, and it took them 19 minutes to get to that point where they picked the house?
Maybe?
That's interesting.
House bid war, games done quick. What does that mean? Choose
a house they play as, right?
Choose run. Oh, no, because that was not the bid war. I don't know what... What does this mean? I want to know. Yeah, I don't know what it means. I don't know what the rules are, and I wasn't able to watch it, so I didn't look. I would be very curious to know what that means.
We'll check it out and report back next week.
Yeah. I watched a bunch of that, a bunch of Mega Man stuff. I had it on while I was working. It was great. But I just love it. That's like been one of my favorite things to do. I love these weeks. I just love watching games getting played like this and just destroyed.
I donated by buying some t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Get there. $5 for a shirt or whatever it is.
Yeah, the Yeti was down, because the Yeti saves up the $5 amount, and then they just donate 10,000 at a time every time they get 10,000. So they donated lots of money.
Nice. Those shirts are freaking rad. You probably saw them.
I saw some of them, yeah. But playing, my family, we've been fighting over the Switch.
Oh, shit.
Because my wife is totally invested in Stardew Valley.
That sounds right.
Holy shit. I'm so happy. Right. I knew she would love it.
Yeah.
And she does. She loves it.
That's awesome.
But then I also, because it went on sale, picked up Slay the Spire on Switch, where I've always wanted the game. And so I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire on Switch, because I have to unlock everything again. But it's on the Switch this time, where I wanted the game to begin with. So...
So you guys really are fighting over your Switch?
A little bit. She's like, why is the Switch not docked and charging? How can I play later if it's not charged? I'm like, oh god.
I should have added a prediction for this year. A Switch Lite will be coming to your household this year.
It's possible. We'll see. The first time I take the Switch out of the house and have it with me and she wants it, yeah, yep. Possible. Mm-hmm. Did I play anything else during the week other than Astroneer? No. Not at all. I was feeling like crap, and so I played Slay the Spire on Switch, and then watched speedruns.
I saw Astroneer on a couple people's Game of the Year lists.
It did make a couple Game of the Year lists.
Pretty cool.
It is I have nothing to do with it being on those lists.
No, but you'll
That's the best thing about it. I'm like, awesome. I like working on the game, and I'm glad people really like it, but I had nothing to do with it making it there.
Team's not going to come back and say, hey, why wasn't that on your best of list?
Because honestly, I just haven't played enough of it.
You'll get there for sure.
Yeah, no, it's really cool to see. Because, yeah, it was on a bunch of Steam awards. It was on different Steam things. It was nominated for Best Visual, but Gris won that, which, okay, I give Gris that.
Yeah. That's kind of what Gris has going for it.
Yeah. And then it had a bunch of milestones of, like, sales from graduating from early access, concurrent number of players, like, a bunch of things like that.
Right.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to the team, and I'm super excited that you're part of it now.
So am I.
And they are too, I'm sure. For me, for playing this week, I have been out of commission for most of the week. I played some Hearthstone on my iPad when I was just drooling in bed. Really feeling sick, but wanted to do something. So I played some Hearthstone and did the Tavern Brawl, which I love Tavern Brawl because it's just random rules and you get tons of powerful cards and just kind of fucking go crazy. So had a lot of fun with that. And then I fired up Assassin's Creed Odyssey 2 nights ago.
I saw that. And,
yeah, I was surprised that my save file said I hadn't played since August. Like, last semester was just a pit. I didn't play my favorite game. Like, that's just shocking to me. So I just played. I'm doing the quest line in the final 3. What is it? Fates of Atlantis. The first episode where it's basically I'm finding runes or symbols as Cassandra, for then Layla to find them in the modern era.
Okay.
If you remember that at all?
Yeah.
I'm doing that right now. I just did the first one. I fired it up, played for 20 minutes, and then was like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So I got 20 minutes of that in, and probably 20 minutes of Hearthstone in the last week, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I take it back. We haven't talked for 2 weeks. So my cousin got a gaming rig. Like a fucking screaming gaming rig. So we played Counter-Strike, naturally.
Of course.
And
really testing that gaming rig there.
Exactly. And it was
Why isn't he playing Witcher 3 at ultra settings?
Yeah, it's because it's not his type of game. I wish
sure.
he would play it. He bought it specifically for Counter-Strike, and I was like, dude, you can get a lower rig. So he went from an i9 to an i7. But he still has a Radeon 20 whatever.
2080?
Yeah, something like that. Whatever.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously, dude. And he's playing fucking
Counter-Strike.
We
yeah.
got back in our blood. We were number 1 and number 2 battling back and forth on our team. It was really a lot of fun. But his computer kept restarting. And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, new out of the box. Did you update anything? No. You should probably update at least your graphics card, probably everything else. So he updated everything and doing fine.
Yeah.
So he's super stoked to have a gaming rig again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we played about an hour of Counter-Strike with him, and then that's all I've played in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, you could make a good Counter-Strike PC for like $1,000 tops.
Yeah,
that would run it far better than you could ever notice.
Yep, this was told to him, so he was just
I mean,
was that more money than sense to talk about?
Yeah, maybe there'll be a new Counter-Strike in the future that will need high-end system, right?
Yep.
Right. Nah, probably not. Counter-Strike VR. There you go.
Oh, man.
It gets sick. You can just puke all the time.
Bad idea. Maybe bad idea. All right. Well, that's episode 285. Am I saying that right?
245.
245. Fuck. 245. Prof and Dev Play Games. 285 will be later in the year. It's been a pleasure to be back after 2 weeks of stuff.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week to talk about whatever Nintendo Direct is obviously going to happen in the next week.
Of course,
that's how they roll.
Yeah.
January Directs coming up. All right, folks. Thanks so much. See you soon.
All right. Take care.